The Giants are now on the clock. All right, let's go to Adam Schefter, who's got more on this pick.
Until his pro day, most people thought this kid was purely a blocking tight end. But when the scouts showed up to see what else he could do, they were surprised by what they saw. For a big guy, he's incredibly athletic. His 40 time and vertical places him near the top of his class. When it came time for passing drills, he looked like a natural, adjusting his body and making every catch. I was even told that some throws were scripted to make the big guy go up high, showing off that red zone potential that every quarterback loves. After that pro day, it's no surprise to see him get drafted here.
How come nobody's at the podium? That's because both teams are right now working on a trade. The Dolphins are now on the clock. The Chiefs are now on the clock. The Broncos are now on the clock. The Titans are now on the clock. Our very own Adam Schefter has more to say about this pick.
The importance of a lockdown pass defender cannot be emphasized enough, and that's exactly what every GM I talked to described him as. His ability to play physical and to outwork his opposition off the line have also been areas of high praise on his journey to the draft. This skill set could be seen in numerous games this year where he completely shut down some of this draft's top-rated wide receivers. When you're tasked with neutralizing an opponent's number one wideout each week, there's a great deal of responsibility to ensure you're not just physically ready, but also mentally ready. This is another important trait the GMs I spoke with mentioned to me that made them so excited about this guy. The hope is that he will quickly learn the playbook, get some solid reps in the preseason, and come week one, be ready to play.
Steelers have just picked up Dobbs. Adam, what can you tell us?
His college career came to an abrupt end this year when he was suspended from the team. I spoke with the school's athletic director, and he told me it was due to an academic violation. He was on probation and close to failing several courses before the decision was made between the director and his coach. He was able to turn his grades around, but his draft stock took a hit when the news broke. Scouts weren't too bothered by his academic issues, but his lack of playing time made it harder to evaluate him with the rest of his class. And now that he's drafted, I don't think the team is too concerned with his grades either.
The Steelers are now on the clock. The Chargers are now on the clock. The Panthers are now on the clock. The Chargers are now on the clock. The Steelers are now on the clock. The Chargers are now on the clock. I see both teams filling out cards. You know what that means? We've got a trade. The Steelers are now on the clock.
with a sight of fans splashing in pools behind the end zone, we can only be in one place. That's Everbank Field in Jacksonville, Florida. Today, it's the opener of the 2017 NFL season between the San Diego Chargers and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now the return, Rashad Green. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They'll be led out by their quarterback out of Central Florida. It's Blake Bortles.
I can't help but chuckle because I always remember when Blake Bortles got drafted as the 3rd pick in the draft, the year he came out of UCF. So many people were in shock. They couldn't believe that the Jacksonville Jaguars had not tipped their hand ahead of time. I think they were very happy to get him once they did.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. 2nd down, 9 yards to go. Again, it's Yeldon, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Throwing his Bortles on 3rd down. He's got time, and he'll be hit from behind and taken down. DeMarcus Ware in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Returning, it's Benjamin. 12 yards on the return that time. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. They come up in an offset eye. He'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And his first look is incomplete. Keenan Allen, the intended target, and now it's 2nd down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now a handoff here to his running back. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Open man, it's Allen. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Send Derek Marks there to make the tackle. And we take you through the starting defense for Jacksonville.
Jonathan Cyprien didn't have a big name coming into the league, but people know who he is now. A very fast center fielder of a safety.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. And to give this time to the tailback. They'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19. And this is a guy straight out of college. They're not going to try to groom for a year or two. They want him to produce right away.
That's why they took him in the 1st round. They expect him to be a starter right away and a future All-Pro. So they don't have any time to wait for him to come along. They want him to play right now to help this team.
And you take a look at this draft class from a season ago. Got a man, it's Allen for the Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers have taken a 1st quarter lead. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week one. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before.
The Chargers are now on the clock. The Jaguars are now on the clock. All right, team is now off the clock. Adam Schefter, can you tell us about their newest player?
I'm not surprised to see him taken with this pick, given he was probably one of the most dominant defensive linemen in college this season. His combination of athleticism and set of pass rush moves gave college offensive linemen fits and gave him a leg up on the rest of the competition. Pass rushers are at a premium in the NFL these days, and when someone with his talent is available, you need to take him. If his performance this season is any indication, he has the potential to be a playmaker on the defensive line for years to come.
The Jaguars are now on the clock. Adam, what can you tell us about the Titans' newest player?
The main concern scouts have expressed to me is his lack of proper footwork technique. At the combine, he stumbled several times during pass blocking drills, even falling once or twice. It'll take more than being physically gifted to block in the NFL. He's going to need to work on his ability to bend and maintain proper balance when moving around. Right now, pass rushers would have a field day getting him off balance and pushing him aside, but I've been told by coaches that his footwork can definitely be worked on. Grace isn't his strong suit right now, but we'll see if that can change.
The Chargers are now on the clock. The Bills are now on the clock. Pick's been made. Let's go to Adam Schefter to hear more about the player.
He had one of the worst pro days you could have for a defensive lineman. One coach put him through a series of drills, but halfway through you could clearly see him beginning to tire. According to Matt Miller, he looked considerably tired in the second half of the day and took frequent breaks. At the moment, he doesn't look like an every down lineman. He's really going to need to work on his conditioning to make it through an entire NFL season.
Eagles have made their selection. For more about him, let's go to Adam Schefter.
The foundation of any good team starts up front, and here's a guy who's a franchise's dream come true. GMs I talked to pointed to several of his games in college where he took on some of the nation's best defensive linemen, going toe-to-toe with them for 60 minutes of brutal trench combat and dominating them. He's going to be able to protect a franchise quarterback in addition to opening up holes for the run game. With size, speed, and strength, he should have a very successful NFL career.
The Saints are now on the clock.
everybody.
Thank you, Larry. We welcome everyone to the Music City, just a stone's throw from the Country Music Hall of Fame. We are at Nissan Stadium in Nashville, Tennessee. Tonight, we'll have the final 2 games of this kickoff weekend, and we begin with a great one here between the San Diego Chargers and the Tennessee Titans. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. That's caught at the 25. A huge play there right off the bat. 56 yards. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with it. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
And he is out of bounds, but not before taking this inside the 10 to the 7.
As if he didn't have enough to think about on that route, the comeback route, coming back to the football and catching it, decided to make sure he toe-tapped and kept himself in bounds.
And that was spectacular, but on the comeback route, maybe a little easier to deal with the sideline since you've got better vision of it.
I think that's a great point because you should know exactly where you're going and know how much space you have and make sure you get your feet down. But, yeah, coming back to the football, I like it. Good vision.
And the quarterback, he's got some big threats at wideout.
And they seem to get bigger all the time, don't they, Brandon? Every time I look out and watch a game, we're getting these bigger, more athletic, acrobatic receivers. We have some today.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. And you, as a former defender, should know that the referees are watching this closely, defensive holder.
They watch it awfully closely. I sure wish they'd let it be 5.5 yards like they do for the offensive guys. But in this case, they were strict with the rule.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot.
And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Chargers take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. And the Chargers grab the 7-0 lead. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it ends with the Chargers getting into the end zone. Now after the touchdown, Drew Kaiser to boot it away. It's a very short kick taken by an up man. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by their quarterback. Out of Oregon, it's Marcus Mariota.
Marcus Mariota's skill set can help continue to evolve the position of quarterback in the NFL. Because his ability to run with the football, you may not utilize it as little as other coaches have in the past. You may emphasize that part of the game a little bit more.
Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. The wide receivers, often a very, very talented group, and
they will attempt to do so in this game.
9 yards still remaining here to pick up the first on 2nd down. Now a carry for the shifty Dion Lewis. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
Mariota on 3rd and 2. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they get the football. They'll set up shop track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going...
And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together.
The Falcons are now on the clock. The Titans are now on the clock. The Ravens are now on the clock. Now that the Ravens have made their pick, let's go to Adam Schefter to hear more about him.
This quarterback has garnered the reputation as being one of the more consistent passers in all of college football this season. He had a string of games where he averaged over 300 yards and at least 2 touchdown passes a game. According to Matt Miller, the big takeaway from his hot streak was that he played against varying levels of competition. No matter if it was some of the weaker defenses in college or some of the toughest, he tore apart their secondaries. He always plays at a high level and never sinks down to the level of his competition. We'll see if he can remain so consistent once he's playing on Sundays.
Rams have just made their pick. Adam, what can you tell us about him?
Well, there isn't much to say other than this kid was born to run. He's the spitting image of his father, a nationally ranked sprinter in several major events, and highly recruited by every major college. However, unlike his dad, he chose to pursue a career in football, and so far that decision is paying off. He may not be gold medal fast, but he has the speed and quickness to cause fits for the opposing team. He's the type of player you like to see out in the open field where he can make moves a lot of other players can't. The coaches are going to love having his speed at their disposal.
Now that the Cowboys have made their pick, let's go to Adam Schefter to hear more about him.
In college, he was always a playmaker, baiting the quarterback and making something happen after the interception. However, his problem areas were exposed at the All-Star game. Playing against some of the best receivers and passers in college, he struggled in zone coverage. He gave up a handful of big plays, always looking a few steps behind. One coach told me if he played a little tighter in coverage and made a play on the ball more often, it would have an instant increase in his production. We'll see if his new position coach can get him to do just that.
The Lions are now on the clock. The Chargers are now on the clock. The Broncos are now on the clock. The Chargers are now on the clock. The Bears are now on the clock. The Chargers are now on the clock. The Lions are now on the clock.
everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is Madden 17.
America's finest city on about as fine a Sunday afternoon as you're ever going to see. Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store between the Kansas City Chiefs and the San Diego Chargers. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. It's a 5-receiver set, 3 to the left, 2 to the right.
Here we go.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And a quick throw here, that's good. A good safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. In a 3-4 defense there and against the run, a lot of responsibility can fall on that nose tackle.
A ton of responsibility, no pun intended, because they got to deal with not just the center, both guards, and a lot of times they have to eat up double teams in order to let the rest of the guys get to the football. But how about that play? You not only eat up the double team, he ate up the ball carrier as well.
I was going to say, talking about puns, you said eat up the double team. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? And almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility?
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
Taking it about the 16. Oh, look at the juke. A great return there of 22 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So here's the Charger offense making their way out. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4". They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. He's got it at the 15. And all the way in. Touchdown, San Diego. A big play there. 61 yards. And the Chargers have taken a first-quarter lead. And, you know, you and I praise tight ends in today's game. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. That's fielded in the end zone. Ooh, the juke. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He's going to go up top again. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, San Diego. Their dangerous wide receiver, saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Chargers are able to make this a close game again. So now a big play coming up as the Chargers are going to go for 2. They'll look to throw. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion, no good. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a 2-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know what I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense, right?
That's true. You've said that before. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. 2nd down following the incompletion. He'll look to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball in this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. And it's fielded at the 34. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Chargers will be set up pretty well as they take over in great field position. And the Chargers coming out of the field now. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent, but you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
He's going to try and go deep again, and the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play.
That's caught inside the 20. And a big 3rd down conversion with a gain of 28. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Come on, let's go!
Back to throw. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
And an extra DB here for the Chiefs on third down.
Pass situation.
He'll look to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver from 8 yards out. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come.
And touchdown and congratulations and zero relaxation ahead of them, right? Way too much time on the clock for them to start celebrating.
Yeah, part 1 is done, but now on the sideline, you can already see them scrambling down there. They're getting those defensive guys ready.
Yes, you have to get those guys ready, and you also have to talk to your special teams guys. Make sure the kickoff is exactly what you want and cover it well.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. He's back to throw. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. Third down here for the offense after the incomplete pass.
Whether they deserve credit or not, the defense is going to take credit for that incompletion because it always feels good when you slow down an offense.
Back to throw. And got him in. It's Woods. And he's brought down after a good gain. And a nice gain of 21 yards. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. They'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And now the Chargers are going to signal for another timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Incomplete. An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. On play action, they'll throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That one goes for 24 yards. They got exactly what they wanted there. Out route, catch, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
And I have to criticize defense here because you know the situation. You want to keep them inbounds and have the clock run. So I'm sitting on the outside portion of the field and not letting them throw an out route. Throw anything inside and I'll make the tackle. An out route? That's not the way you're supposed to play it.
And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
I see an extra DB on the field now for San Diego.
Yeah, indeed. Back to throw here. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but...
And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to almost certainly win the football game. And this kick is not going to get there. It's short and no good. Well, that would have been something if he could have saved him from that long distance there in the closing seconds, but it was just not meant to be.
They need a little more time and a little more yardage to give them a realistic shot. And that kick's a good metaphor for this game, isn't it? They're going to wind up a little short in the end.
Spinning past him. And good Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They come out here in the eye. Now back to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety here, Ron Parker. But he will not be able to bring it back. My goodness, what a bizarre ending. The kind of decision that could get a quarterback released before he gets back to the locker room. But fortunately for him and his crew, the ball game is over. So they stay alive in the NFL playoffs, move on to the conference championship. And do you think that the printing press is starting to get...
I'm Larry.
America's finest city on about as fine a Sunday afternoon. Time for a break. Back to wrap up the AFC Championship game after this. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Going up top. And this will be caught inside the 10. What a grab. And all the way in. Touchdown, San Diego. Their big-bodied receiver, 56 yards. And the Chargers are going to take the lead.
And there's the go-ahead touchdown. And so likely will kick an extra point. But to me, I'm looking forward. Special teams now with your kickoff. And then your defense, that's where the pressure shifts.
Yeah, because there's plenty of time left on that clock. Anytime you're over a minute in the NFL, there's a chance. Now after the touchdown, Drew Kaiser to boot it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And the Charger defense now making their way back out onto the field. And they'll see if they can get one final stop with this crowd behind them.
And let's face it, as much as we want to say it's all about the guys on the field, they can get some help right here from the home crowd. And they're going to try their best to get them motivated, get them involved. But they're going to need to make a play or two in order to keep them in that spot.
The crowd's making some noise now. Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down. He'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. He's back to throw. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
I have to say that was a surprise call on 3rd and inches. I thought they'd try and run the football there, but you got to believe they thought they'd surprise the defense and pick up something downfield, but that one goes incomplete.
They'll run for it. This is Cobb. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 22 yards on the pickup there. And they're able to convert here on 4th and inches. And quickly, they get to the line. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Joey Bosa in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Back to throw. To the left side here for Eifert. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. They'll look to throw. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down. Big 4th down here. It's Dalton throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Give him 2 yards on that play, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. It's a 5-receiver set, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Big spot, Andy Dalton. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And now they're in the hurry-up. And he clocks it with just 10 seconds left. And this seemingly endless drive continues. So 3rd and 20, defense in the nickel.
Surprised they didn't go with 6 DBs, the dime look.
Now Dalton. He's got time in the pocket. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And that is going to seal this victory as time runs out. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here, coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it.
And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones. But at the end of the game, when you analyze it, 3, 4, 5 plays are going to be the ones you focus on. And that
everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the...
Thank you, Larry. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and Mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. We count down to kickoff in what should be an epic one here between the Dallas Cowboys and the San Diego Chargers. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Ezekiel Elliott, and he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. 8 yards to go here on 2nd down. Here's Romo now on 2nd down. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8.
Here we go.
A play fake for Elliott. Now Romo. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Joey Bosa in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
This is fielded at the 27. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, San Diego. A big play there. 59 yards. And the Chargers have taken a first-quarter lead. The San Diego Chargers are the Super Bowl champs. And when this moment comes, I think you look back at all the blood, sweat, and tears, the offseason, the workouts, training camp, week 1, 2, 3, all building up now to say you're a Super Bowl champion. It's worth it.
It certainly is, and rarely do we have a team that hoists the Lombardi Trophy that didn't have their share of bumps along the way, didn't have to face some adversity in the journey, and now they get to just enjoy it and revel in it. And all offseason, they'll be signing their autographs with Super Bowl champion underneath it.